Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Oakland Raiders. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And Stills bringing it in. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rosen, screen play, Johnson. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. It was Nick Nelson that time who got a hand in to break that one up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
We go! 70, Indy.
They're running it. Slam, slam, slam.
Fight.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protein spill.
Safe.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Geno Atkins in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Ross on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
From the 41, Rosen, the catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Brown. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves out that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. A big play that time for the Raiders, and even 50 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Ready! 60 Pittsburgh.
Man, that's trash.
Go.
On 2nd down, Eckler. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Rosen. To the catch made by Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. This is 1st and goal from about the 8, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Let's go.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check.
They'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Check. Cross.
They'll run here with Eckler. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The tackle by Malik Jefferson. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
We go. 50 plant.
Hey, let's come now. Hey, let's go. Come on, D.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
On play action, Rosen. Got a man open, it's Ross. The 20, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A Raider first down, 17 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Running on first down, Eckler. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
2nd and 1. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Well, he's been the guy, already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Here we go. 8 deep.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey.
Go.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Get it.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down again. Geno Atkins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Jim.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
On the set.
57. Check that.
You draw quarters. Fire.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. On the ground, it's Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Let's go.
On third down, here's Eckler. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it. They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Second and 10 now. It's Rosen. He finds Hopkins complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Cooper was the intended target, but now it'll be third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again, it's Rosen. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
X3, 218, chop it.
2nd and 11. He'll get this to Eckler. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Bengals grab it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes left side. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Parkey for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score. Bengals 21, Raiders 17. Jason Myers set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here is Eckler. And an alley to run. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And an alley to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. Room here to run. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
He's done. He's done to the right, down to the right. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
On first down, it's Rosen. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. Parkey with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Raiders 17.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. It's Eckler again. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 12, Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Going to throw right side here, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Rosen now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. They go play action. It's Rosen. Caught left side, Hopkins. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Letting one fly deep. This is caught inside the 15. Give him 32 on the play.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for him.
Underneath for Johnson. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Draw play, Rosen to Johnson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. David Johnson, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th.
Ready? 60 or.
Wrap.
Now.
2nd and 4. That is incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. But now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
80 weapons.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. 1st down, and they stick with Eckler. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now he's forced out left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Let's go.
Once more, here's Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and 4.
The Raiders on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Shakes off the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Rosen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
61, matchbox lights.
They run. It's Johnson going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now a desperation throw deep down. It's caught inside the 25. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards.
A gain of 17 yards.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Bengals, they pick up win number 7 on the year. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, this loss will be the capper to a dismal 4-12 campaign. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.